So we got together 3 months ago, and he knew I was asexual. So we were talking yesterday, and I asked when he knew he was asexual, and he looked confused and said he wasn't. I asked him why he would date me if I couldn't fulfill his sexual needs, and he said that he's too small anyway and he would rather avoid people making fun of him for his penis. Now, I have no problem with that, but I'm worried he's missing out on having a wild sex life. I know that this is the prime age for most guys and I know that penis size matters if you have a macro penis, but I don't want him to be with me because he's too scared to look for a sexual relationship. I'm okay with doing sexual deeds to help him BTW. I don't know what to do. TL. Doctor, I'm asexual and my boyfriend is not. He is avoiding sexual relationships out of fear of being made fun of. I'm okay with doing sexual stuff, but I feel he's too scared, and I want to help. As a guy, I can imagine you being asexual gives him an inner confidence. This isn't about you not needing sex, it's about him not feeling an immense crushing pressure to perform in order to keep you happy. Having a macro p** would not be good for your confidence. Assuming you two have a connection and enjoy each other's company, you may have hit upon a good pairing here. Given the pressure and value that men in society put on p** size and the ability to easily please your woman, I would not be surprised if this was the case. Boyfriend no longer needs to have doubts or worries about him being good enough because he knows it doesn't matter to op. But this is just a 20-something man's opinions. Take it for what it's worth. But I'm worried he's missing out on having a wild sex life. Yeah, movies and stuff aren't realistic. I'm 32 and was in the military and went to college afterwards. Most folks don't have porno-esque lifestyles. Sure, there's stupid amounts of alcohol, but they are not boning every day. Also, you may be asexual, but people with sexual desires have varying levels of libidos as well. He may just be alright with your company. Unless you have some reasons to think he's lying about this, you should give him the benefit of the doubt and take him at his word that he's okay with the way things are. Since he is sexually inclined, or at least not asexual, I imagine he finds you sexually attractive and feels satisfied with the sex stuff you do with him. People who have a sex drive sometimes just aren't that complicated and don't need wild sex, or they need to safe intimately and have a strong emotional connection to have a good sex life. Sure, some people need to feel that sexual desire from their companion to be happy, and others are constantly seeking sexual attraction from new people and get bored with monogamous relationships, but not everybody is like that. Others have touched upon your asexuality, probably relieving some anxiety he has about his micropenis, but it doesn't even have to be that. He might just be really happy with you as a whole person and doesn't place sex as highly as you assume all sexual people do. Sexual desire is more of a spectrum. Maybe you're both closer to each other than you realize. So, you're both very young, and I wouldn't worry too much about problems that happen in the super long term. Because for now, he's happy with this situation. He chose it himself. He doesn't want to have sex. He hasn't worked through his body/self-esteem problems, and that's valid too. In the long term it might be a problem, but there are so many other things at your age that could be a problem. Most young relationships grow apart. You move away to college or for a job. You find out you're very different as you grow older. Any number of things can happen. It's not like your biological clock is ticking. There's no rush to declare that this is your forever relationship. If you're happy now, that's good and all that matters for now. I think it's funny that 18 is supposed to be prime age. Most men are crap in bed at 18 anyway, as I recall it. I want you to understand this coming from someone who isn't just another blindly positive idiot when it comes to sex, and someone who has been in his shoes the entire race. It does not get better, and being with someone like you is as good as it's ever gonna get. No, he will not have a wild sex life, period. Whether he's with you or not. Yes, it is emotionally damaging that guys like us won't have that. Compared to a lifetime of mockery and frustration, celibacy starts looking like a damn feasible option. I'd just let him know you're open to it if he ever feels the need, so he's aware. But he likely feels more at ease with you since he knows you don't care. Seems like a great matchup. Honestly, since you are an asexual person who is okay with doing some sex acts for your boyfriend anyway, I really wouldn't worry about it if I were you. Your relationship is already working better together than other asexual people with non-asexual people. I'm okay with doing sexual deeds to help him BTW. Have you told him this? He might be interested, he might not. I think this is a good match. I don't think he would have much of a sex life anyway, without you. It would be a series of one-times and word might get out. Considering you are fine with fulfilling his sexual needs, as long as you both are happy, I'm really glad for you. He's not going to have a wild sex life with a micro penis. Sorry, but it's simply the truth. HMM. So he's insecure about his P******, and is probably worried about not being able to please women. So since you're asexual, it takes the pressure off of him to please you. And since you're asexual, you probably don't care about his P****** being small, so it could work. The problem I see is, he still has sexual needs. Being insecure about his body isn't going to take away the feeling of wanting sex and wanting to please women, so ultimately, he's gonna need someone who is asexual and doesn't care about his P***** size, unless you're willing to be sexual with him to a certain degree. I can see his logic in dating you, but ultimately I think it will fail BC it doesn't address his real needs. What I think is really cool about this is that you're getting to learn at a much earlier age than most. A really awesome life truth. The details behind happy relationships can look a lot different than what you hear about or see in stories. Anytime you're doing anything, you're missing out on other things. That life, sex or not, he's choosing to be with you because all and all, the total package, that is you, is a good package for him. And that's awesome. It's such a terrible feeling to have been born into a world which never tolerates anything related to impotency. Most of us guys feel the pressure, it's irreversible and unchangeable. But you can soften the pressure he feels by encouraging him, pumping up his confidence, even if it's sometimes a lie. I hope you have a happy and long-lasting relationship. Good luck. Seriously, it makes me feel so sympathetic towards him. I will never understand as I don't have a penis, but damn. That has got to be unimaginably rough. Not because of the size, because as others have mentioned there definitely is other things 1/2/more can do, or not, but the social stigmas are really messed up, and it's much easier to realize as you get older. It's one of those things where you just have to take complete faith on it'll get better later, but the lack of experience is the issue. Meanwhile, the experience to get there actively sucks, because people can be shit. I wish there was a way to make people know that they are enough. You are both fine. If your BF isn't complaining and being mean, just live your life best as possible. I'm not sure exactly what counts as a macro penis, but I once dated a guy whose P*** was about the size of my thumb, but a little thicker. He was a great lover, and I'm not kidding. Macro P** counts as anything 3 inches or less. I can't speak from experience, not a flex/brag, I just don't have a micro penis, but I think most of the guys that have commented have already hit the nail on the head, no pun intended. He could feel more secure with you and have developed a special bond to wanting to be around/with you/spending time together. Also, he may not want a sporadic and casual sex life. I know that I'm not built that way. Speaking anecdotally, I get off on intellect, and what takes that a step further is that I'm a giver by nature, in and out of the bedroom, and love to please in such a way. Maybe since you aren't completely against the idea of being sexual with him, you might find yourself your own niche, where you become more sexual with him, because he is a decent guy that treats you well, and that stimulates you more than the stereotypical sex idea does. Just food for thought. He's probably okay with your asexuality if he's dating you. I'd just roll with it. That sounds so sad to me that he would rather not worry about having sex than experience a full sex life. I had an incredible relationship with a man who was not well endowed at all. It was the most energizing sex I've had in my entire life, and he found other things to do that would just blow my mind. I hope he gets over his insecurities. What other people said is pretty much spot on. I'm asexual and my boyfriend is not. We've been dating for 6 years. I also have no problem doing sexual things, and he told me that he's incredibly satisfied with our sex life, and it takes immense pressure off of him to perform due to my asexuality. You should trust what your boyfriend says and how he feels, and talk to him about your feelings if you haven't already. Sometimes I have thoughts similar to yours where I think my boyfriend would be better off with other people having passionate sex like how it's depicted in TV/movies, and how he's just settling with me. But he always reassures me that sex is not the whole relationship to him, and he's happy with who I am and other things I bring to the table. Not being asexual doesn't immediately mean sex is his biggest priority. If, despite him being a sexual person, he prefers a relationship where sex is not required because sex is not that enjoyable for him for any reason, even if he is a sexual person, that's more his own preference than anything. Personally, I'm not asexual, however sex causes me extreme pain and discomfort, medical condition. Because of it, I actually started to dread having sex. I'm that happy my BF's sex drive is very low, way lower than mine would be if I wasn't in pain, because it would not work if he was more sexual than he is. What exactly is a macropenis? Is this his medical diagnosis? So it's inverted when soft, and about an inch or two when hard.